Okay, so we're gonna have a very, very gentle practice. Just a half an hour to wake up our bodies. So when you're ready, just join me in the mat. And it's just gonna start taking a few deep breaths to help us focus for the practice. And start quieting your mind. So bring your hands together to the heart, close your eyes, and take 3 deep breaths. Okay, bring your hands to your knees and let's gonna start with gentle neck stretches. Look towards your left side. Trying to keep your spine straight, your shoulders down, look forward and look towards the right. Look forward, back to the left. Forward and back to the right. Half circles, chin to the chest, up towards the opposite side and back. Trying to keep your shoulders down, spine straight, and start feeling the neck muscles, the connection with the shoulder blades, all that area starting to stretch. Bring your chin all the way out towards the ceiling. We're going to do full circles as long as your neck is happy with that. Otherwise, when your chin reaches the ceiling, just change directions. Do 3 circles on each direction. Just very, very gentle rotations. Okay, look forward. Bring your left ear towards your left shoulder, left hand on top of your head. Stretching the right side of the neck. Let's release. We go towards the other side. Right hand on top of the head and your right ear to the right shoulder. And release. Now from here, shoulder rotations, shoulders towards the ears, roll forward, just a couple of times. And roll backwards, a couple more. Okay, interlace the fingers, your palm facing out. Just pushing your hands away from you, bring your hands out towards the ceiling. And down, opening your back. And lift up. And down. And then the next one up, we're going to release. Bring your left hand to your left hip, next to your left hip. With the next inhale, look up, and with the exhale, bending your left elbow, start reaching towards the left side with your right arm. Your right arm actively stretching from your hips all the way up to the fingertips. And we're going to swap with the next inhale, arms parallel. With the exhale, right hand down, left hand to the right side. Stretching and waking up the side of your body. And lift up. Let's get a twist. Right hand to your left thigh, left hand towards the back. And look forward with the inhale, and with the exhale, we twist towards the right side. And look forward. Now from here, we're gonna start walking forward with our hands, trying to bring your belly towards the mat or towards your legs. Walk as far as you can, fold as deep as you can, but try to keep your spine straight. Lift the chest up. Okay, let's gonna uncross the legs. We go in our table pose on our fours. Spreading your fingers, your knuckles down, hugging your forearms towards each other and keeping your wrists and your shoulders aligned, your knees and your hips aligned. We're gonna start waking up the spine from here. Bring your belly towards the mat, lifting the sitting bones up to the ceiling. Look up. With the exhale, reverse the movement. Belly in, pelvis in. With the inhale, lifting up. With the exhale, round the back, tucking the belly in. And again, up. Exhale, round. Up. Exhale, round. From here, we're just gonna walk backwards with your legs and bring your belly and your chest down to the ground. We're gonna rest on our forearms. Spreading your fingers, root the knuckles, trying to bring your chest through for the Sphinx pose. So your elbows are aligned with your shoulders, your legs are rooting. And now from here, with the next inhale, bring your elbows off the mat. And with the exhale, go down to your forearms. And again, lift up. And exhale down. Lift up. Exhale down. Last one, up. And down. Bring your chest all the way down, bring your hands next to your low ribs, but outside the mat, and resting on your fingertips with your elbows pointing towards the side for the wide arm cobra. On the next inhale, lifting the chest up, rolling the shoulders backwards, and on the exhale, go down. A little bit of a deeper back bend than before. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, go down, trying to activate your low back muscles, not rely everything on your hands. Lift up and down. And now from here, bring your hands next to your low ribs. We're going to slide backwards for child's pose with your knees wide open, your feet together, and bring your belly to rest between your thighs, forehead to the ground. Lengthening your spine. Relax the shoulders. We're going to bring your chest halfway up. Now from here, we're going to go for the thread of the needle. Your left hand is going to stay down where your head was. With the next inhale, lift your right arm up, opening your chest. And with the exhale, slide your right arm under the left shoulder, bringing your right shoulder down. If this is too much, go on your knees and slide the right arm under the left shoulder. So with your bum to your heels is a little bit deeper stretch. Choose your variation. Bring your left hand up towards the ceiling with the inhale, and with the exhale, bring your left hand towards the top of the mat, resting on your fingertips, and slide your right arm as far to the left as you can. Starting to open up the shoulder blades, stretching the muscles on the upper back. With the next inhale, chest up. And with the exhale, your right hand goes down. We go towards the other side. With the next inhale, left arm goes up. And with the exhale, slide your left arm under the right shoulder and bring your left shoulder down. With the next inhale, right arm up. And with the exhale, resting above the mat, towards the top of the mat. With the next inhale, lift the chest up. With the exhale, hands down. We're gonna bring your knees pointing forward, walk forward, tuck the toes in, inhale, knees up, hips up, and exhale, we go to our downward facing dog. Being the first one, we're just gonna pedal a few times to wake up your calf muscles. One leg at a time. A friend of mine kept teasing me because I was saying alternatively, I don't know what to say anymore, so I just say bend and stretch one leg at a time. Okay, keep rooting through your heels, like trying to bring your heels towards the ground. Root the knuckles, push with your hands the floor away from you so your hips are going up and backwards. Slightly opening your shoulder blades to help you open up the upper back so we're not pinching the muscles around your neck. If you have tight shoulders, open your hands slightly so your index is pointing up towards the ceiling, towards the top of the mat rather than the middle finger. So just open your hands a little bit if your shoulders are very tight. And now from here, go on your toes, bend your knees, start walking forward towards the front of the mat. With the next inhale, we're gonna hold the big toe with your first and second finger. Bring your chest halfway up, and with the exhale, bending your elbows towards the side, belly to your thighs. If the toes is not an option, bring your hands to your shin. And again, inhale, halfway up, back straight. Exhale, fold forward, belly to your thighs. And again, halfway up. Exhale, down. From here, we're gonna bring your hands down to the ground, bend your legs, squat all the way down, and we're going for the yogi squat. Your feet following the direction of your knees. And make sure your bum is down, your back is straight. Hands together, elbows inside your thighs, pushing your knees wide open. Opening your hips. Taking a few breaths here. And release. Bring your hands outside your feet pointing forward. Bring your bum halfway up, step backwards with your left foot and bring your left knee down. Both hands to your front knee. Lifting the chest up with the inhale, and with the exhale, start bringing your hips down. So make sure you're activating the hip flexors on your left side, the muscles on the front of the left hip. And for that, think about bringing one leg towards each other isometrically, contracting the muscles, keeping your shoulders on top of your hips. So we're gonna go for a little bit of a back bend here. Bring your hands up towards the ceiling. You can stay with your hands pointing up or interlacing the fingers, and try if you can expand the chest a little bit and go for a tiny back bend. It's the first movement of the day. So we're not gonna go too deep, just a little bit of expansion. And back up towards the ceiling. Bring your hands towards your chest. Left hand outside your right thigh. Inhale, and with the exhale, bring your right arm towards the back, pointing to the back of the mat. A little twist. Trying to keep your hips still facing forward. here, just windmill your arms forward and down. Right hand inside your right foot. Sliding your right foot towards the side. Let's gonna go for a lizard pose. Your right knee hugging the shoulder. And you can sit with your arms straight, or you can bring your forearms to a block, or your forearms all the way down to the ground. Untag the toes, your back toes, so there's less pressure on your left knee. Just take a few breaths here. Remember, the breath is there to help you manage your energies, release the tension, and keep your mind focused on your practice. And just feel how your body is slowly opening up. Okay, bringing your chest up. We're going to bring your right toes pointing outwards 45 degrees. You can keep your foot down, or you can rest in the outer edge of your foot. And now from here, we're going to first keep your chest facing forward, keeping your hips low. The higher you bring your chest, the more intense will be the opening. So feel free to bring your chest lower to your forearms or higher on your fingertips. So we're stretching the outer hip and the connection of the inner thigh with the groin. Okay, now from here we're going to bring your right foot down to the ground, pointing forward, and your right arm is going to reach towards the back. Now it's up to you. You can stay there, or to stretch your quads on your left leg, the front of your left thigh. Reach for the foot towards the back foot, the left foot, and sink your hips down, trying to bring your foot towards the bum. Slowly release. We're going to bring your right hand outside your right foot towards the middle. With the next inhale, sinking your hips, chest up. With the exhale, slide backwards. We're going to go all the way backwards, sitting down on your left heel, keeping your right leg straight. We're going to try to fold forward. If you feel that you're starting to round the back, stop, bringing your belly down. But if you can, belly to the thigh and fold as deep as you can, keeping your right toes pointing up, so there's a little bit of engagement on the muscles that you're trying to stretch. The engagement will protect the muscles to avoid that we go too far into the stretch. Bringing your chest up. From here, we're just going to shoot the weight towards your left hip, bend your right leg, and bring your right foot outside your left thigh. So we end up with your right knee pointing up. If you struggle with the balance here, you can always extend your left leg forward. If you go for the leg forward, toes pointing up. We're going to twist the spine from here. We're going to hug your right leg with your left arm. With the next inhale, your right arm goes up, and with the exhale, reach backwards and bring your right hand down to the ground behind your hips. Look towards the back. And look forward. Okay, let's just gonna walk forward towards the front of the mat and cross your legs. So we end up in a table pose. This is an in-between position, and we're going to step forward with your left foot next to your left hand. Again, hands to your front knee, lifting the chest up, and start stretching the front of your hip, activating your low back. The muscles are on your hip, Keeping your front knee aligned with the first and second toe and on top of your heel. Obviously, the wider the distance between your legs, the deeper will be the stretch, as long as you don't stay in a 90 degrees angle, because then you're not stretching your hip flexor. So go as wide as you can. And now from here, we're going to go for a little bit of a back bend, reaching up to the ceiling, interlacing the fingers. You can stay there, or with the next exhale, reach backwards and open the chest. Back towards the ceiling. And with the exhale, prior to the chest, let's gonna go right twist. Right hand outside your left thigh. With the next inhale, left arm up. With the exhale, reach backwards, twisting your torso. Not the hips, your hips are still pointing forward. And from here, just windmill your head forward. Inside your left foot towards the side. The same as before, untie the back toes so there's less pressure on your knee. You can keep your toes tucked in, it will help you stabilize a little bit, you have a little bit more rooting, more support, but it's a little bit harder on your knee, so just choose whatever feels best for you. Keep your left knee hugging your shoulder. We're going for the lizard pose, lengthening your spine. Optional, forearm down to the ground or to your block. And taking a few breaths here. Trying to keep your hips leveled, because your right side is going to tend to sink towards the ground. So make an effort to level your hips without rounding your back. Okay, both hands down to the ground, bringing your chest up. We're going to go for a twist to your left toe, pointing to the side of the mat, resting on your the outer edge or your foot grounded. It's up to you. Just let your knee fall towards the side, keeping your chest facing forward, the same as before. You can go a little bit higher, resting on your fingertips, or slightly less intense, bringing your chest closer towards the ground. Okay, so your right hand is going to stay down. With the next inhale, your left arm reaches up, and with the exhale, reach backwards. So stay there, or hold your right foot and bring your foot towards the bum, slightly twisting the torso for this variation. And slowly release, bringing your left hand outside your left foot towards the middle. With the next inhale, lifting the chest, sinking your hips, and with the exhale, slide backwards. Gonna walk all the way backwards, untag your back toes, sitting on your right heel. And now from here, back is straight. Do your best to fall forward and bring your belly towards your thighs. Toes pointing up. Okay, let's gonna shift the weight towards your right hip, bending your left leg and bring your left foot outside your right thigh. The same as before, if you struggle with this balance, extend your right leg forward with your toes and your knee pointing up towards the ceiling. Right hand, wrap it around your left leg, keeping your chest close to your thigh. With the next inhale, your left arm goes up. With the exhale, twist, look backwards and bring your left hand behind your left hip. Trying to keep your chest open, spreading the collarbones, lengthening the spine. And look forward. Okay, so now from here we're just going to extend the legs in front of you. We're going to bend your right leg, bring your right foot to rest on your inner left thigh, your sitting bones comfortable on the ground, kneecap on your left leg and your left toes up to the ceiling. So, activating your left leg. With the next inhale, reach up with your arms. With the exhale, fold forward a little bit deeper than the previous one. Try to bring your belly lower. Lifting the chest up. Let's gonna go for the other leg. Extend your right leg, bend your left one. Inhale, reach up, and exhale, fold forward. Keep your right kneecap up. This is gonna help you engage the muscles and protect your body. Okay, lift up. Now from here, we're gonna open the legs in a V shape. You don't have to go too wide. You can go a little bit closer. That's okay. What matters is your sitting bones, your pelvis, pubic bones are pointing down to the ground and not towards your chest, rounding your low back. So adjust your pelvis position, back is straight, and start walking forward as before, toes and kneecaps up. Walk forward, 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 and stop when you're feeling that you're rounding your back. So I'm gonna do it from the side. If you feel that you're starting to round the back, don't go any further, back off a little bit, readjust your spine and stay there. Just taking your time. Your body needs at least 30 seconds to start adjusting to a pose. So we should actually hold the poses way longer than we do in regular classes. But if you're stretching by yourself, try to at least hold it 30 seconds. Okay, lift up. From here, bring your legs together, hug your knees, round your back, bring your back down to the ground. It's gonna go for a little bit of a back bend here. Bring your feet close to your hips, not directly touching your hips because we want to keep your knees on top of your heels when we lift the hips up. So unless you have a very deep back bend, which definitely is not my case, I'm not gonna bring my feet too close. Interlace the fingers under your bum, bringing the elbows towards each other to help you start expanding the chest. And now from here with the next inhale, start pushing, rooting your feet, activating your legs and your bum. Push your hips up towards the ceiling, lengthening your neck muscles, keeping your feet parallel, rooting your feet. Opening the front of your body. bring your hips down to the ground. Hug your knees towards your chest, allowing your hip bones to leave the ground, so squeeze close to the chest. So we're stretching your low back muscles a little bit before finishing the session. And now from here, bring your left leg down to the ground. Your left hand is going to guide your right knee towards the left side of the mat. From here, scoop your left hip bone to the middle of the mat, just so we can have your right hip directly on top of your left one. This is going to make the twist focus from mid back and up rather than coming from the hips. And now from here, extend your right arm towards the right and look towards the right. If you want to go deeper into stretching the front of your chest, the connection with the chest, the upper chest with the shoulder, keep your arm bent in a 90 degrees angle. So your wrist aligned with your elbow with your shoulder. Keep rooting your right shoulder down, even if this means your right knee is far from the ground. That's okay. And release, bring your hip back to the floor. Bring your left knee up, your right leg down. We're going to twist towards the other side. Inhale there and exhale, twist towards the right. As before, scoop your hip bone and extend your left arm towards the left. Root the shoulders. If your neck finds these too intense, just look up to the ceiling. And back to the floor. From here, bring your knees towards your chest, squeezing your knees. And let's gonna finish with a happy baby, holding the outer edge of your feet. Or you can hold the big toes with the second and third finger if you prefer. You have a little bit more control holding the outer edge of your feet. Try to keep your heel on top of your knee, your shoulders down and your bum down. If you're feeling that your bum is leaving the ground, just hold your calf muscles and start bringing your knees towards the floor, trying to touch the torso, the side of the torso. Keep your feet flexed in a 90 degrees, creating some activation, protecting your knees. So trying to work a little bit more on hips whilst relaxing your back and your shoulders. And now from here, just simply play a little bit with your legs. Extend one leg, bend the other one, or maybe extend both. Just have a little bit of a play time. Maybe bring your feet, the soles of your feet together like in a reclined butterfly. Just play with your legs. Okay, and now simply just bring your knees together to the chest. Give yourself one last squeeze. And we're going to finish from here. So now is when we will do a Shavasana. Feel free to stay on your mat for a couple of minutes, focusing on your breath to finish your practice. And when you're ready, just simply sit down and let go. Stop your practice. For the sake of a live session, I'm not going to do the Shavasana, so I'm just going to bring your hands together to the heart and finish with my 3 deep breaths. a very short morning practice, enough to wake up your muscles. I hope you have enjoyed it, and thank you for joining me. Namaste.